Man, so quick. On top it up today, how you brothers been for the week, man?
Oh, we've been good, man. Been good.
Yeah.
We can't ignore the ratings. I mean, this light skin thing is working for me and Derek.
I heard it's more market. Where do we start?
Yo, what's up? Welcome back to Let's Chop It Up. Please follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Please hit the bell, like, subscribe, and let us get to our count of 500. I forgot the count, guys. Are we close to 500? We get to 7. How many more we need, my brother?
Well, we need a little bit, not too much.
Not too much. Well, let's go for a solid. We need 6 more people to get us to the solid 500 number. We truly appreciate you for going on this journey with us. We want to show you some love when we get to that 500. So, fellas, what's up, man? What's going on? How was your week? Let's talk about man Derik, man. You got the light shine on your face, brother. How's it been, brother?
Well, it's all good, man. I enjoyed my weekend. I had some people came up. My wonderful sister's wonderful birthday party. She's the type of person that parties for the whole month. You know what I mean? You know those types. You know what I mean? And this is my birthday month. You know, so she gets it in. And just had a good time, man, you know, with her. And I bought some sticks right here, you know, my man Rod. You see that right there? That's the Fuentes, you know.
The temptation. Derek, we supposed to be sticking together. This light skin thing is supposed to hold together.
Man. Yeah, now we're sticking together, bro. What we doing, bro?
Oh, wow.
Oh, man. Wow.
You gotta see, that's what you did. You gotta turn it around. You had it the wrong way.
There you go. God don't like ugly. See that?
Yeah,
man? Can't be looking crazy. So, but no, man, I had a good time, man. You know, and I'm back with you fellas, man. So, you know, good to see you all, man.
Yeah, man. Ryan, how's your week, my brother?
My week was good. You know, didn't do much. Basically, I know you guys are gonna say something when I say this. But I started binge watching the Wire series last night.
Bro, come on, man. I ain't mad at you.
No, I'm not finished.
Oh, shit.
The reason why is because my wife never saw the Wire.
God damn it, take a black card away. Send it back, Rod.
I know.
Send it back?
Yeah, I got to keep it. I got to keep it because I threw away the receipt, so I got to keep it.
Oh, what she think so far? What she think?
No, she likes it. She likes it. And, you know, like it's hard for me watching it to not say, watch this, you know.
Yeah.
But it brings back a lot of memories for me. So I'm enjoying it. But you know, for me to actually expose her to that, you know, a classic series, you know, it's pretty cool though. But yeah, it's been long overdue. I should have gotten her to watch it a long time ago. But we're doing it now though.
Yeah, it must be nice to be retired. Y'all can just watch, binge watch. Why?
Yeah. There's a lot of things that we do.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
Yeah. Hey, Sean, what's up?
How you feeling, girl? Kelvin,
what's up, Simone?
Oh, Simone, what up, sis? How you feeling?
Yeah. Hey, baby.
Hey, no, right? What's up, sis? How you feeling, Queen?
Hey, pretty lady.
Look. Hey, ain't no Whoopi on the show now. We family oriented. I miss word. We miss Mike. Actually, I think they're having something for Mike, a tribute in Brooklyn. Jabab hit me up later on. I think I'm gonna send it to you. They're having something for him in Brooklyn. Somebody sent it to me today. We're gonna have something for Michael this weekend. I think it's all week from Wednesday to Saturday, I believe it is in Brooklyn. Yeah, it's like an art festival. You know, he was into the arts and stuff like that. Yeah. Kelvin, man, how was your week, my brother?
You know, I got the best news I could have all year. My nephew's touchdown back in the United States, so he was back. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's keeping me up at night. So he's back safe at home. He's not here. He's on base, you know, in New Mexico. But I'm just glad that he's back. And I feel for those families who had, I think, those 13 GIs who didn't make it back in. I just have a different perspective of it. So, you know, so thank God for that. I do, and thank God for you fellas and everything. But the week has been, you know, transitioning with this. You know, we had the first day of fall the other day, and you can feel it. Like, you can tell it's coming. You can tell that the winds have changed in the air and everything like that. But one thing that will never change is the natives. Natives are still, you know. So the license plate we had stolen, somebody been using it already, of course. You know, which you gotta give them credit. I feel bad if they took it and didn't use it. So at least that's going on and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But and I'm not gonna say who did it. You know what I'm saying? It could have been a white person that just randomly came and bit down in front of the car in a black neighborhood and took it. You know, so other than that, everything is good. What's up with you, D? How you feeling?
That was funny, man. I'm all right, man. I had knee surgery yesterday, man. My old self got me. So I'm walking around with a cane, taking a week off. So just
D, you're not old because you
no, I'm old
the same
today.
age.
Yeah, I know, but my knees tell me shit is old.
Okay.
Shit is old. They're feeling old. The Ron can sleep 12 hours a day. If I got 4 or 5 hours last night, I was happy, man.
13 hours.
God, motherfucker got a baker's dozen.
And guess what? I'm going for the record tomorrow night of 14 hours.
It's a nap.
And then a 2 hour nap. Yeah. I want to break the record for the well rested man.
I ain't mad at it. But no, it's cool.
I get plenty of rest.
Yeah, word. Yo, I tell you, good rest was that damn. They shot that needle in my back yesterday, and I was kid. This time is different. Remember they used to count down when you
wait. They put a needle in your back?
In my back.
Well, you had an epidural, like giving a baby?
Yeah, I was about to give birth.
Wow, they smile in your face.
Wow.
You gave me a shot, right?
In your face.
Because I use Lady Secret and I use women there. I'm gonna show you.
Oh, here we go.
That's it. I use it for the surgery. I had to get the women there. That shit smell good too, man. They like so fragrance.
Yo, let me tell you something about the anesthesiologist.
Surprisingly smooth chest too.
They say that's the thing, right?
Yeah, that's how the bumps I got on my chest from the damn that did that wax, and I never do that shit again.
They say the anesthesiologist, that's like the biggest, person that brings you back, takes you down. I had a dude one time, I had to have right shoulder surgery. The dude came to talk to me. You know, they try to tell you something deep and just glide over it. It's like, yeah, so we're gonna give you a shot in your neck. I said, excuse me. I said, I don't think I heard what you said. A shot in your neck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm glad you're right, man. I'm glad you're
good, man.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that anesthesiologist, man, that guy's a nice guy. That stuff is good stuff, man.
Good shit.
Good stuff. That's some good stuff, man.
I was mad they woke me up.
Yeah.
You know I was like, it's comfortable because the thing is now, usually the countdown. Only thing I know, they had this guy named the doctor in front of me. His name is Habibi, and he was in front of me. I'm like, why is this dude standing in front of me? I'm sitting on the edge of the table, waiting for them to tell me to lay down like they usually do. So I was pinching the back, and the next thing I know, I was waking up in the fucking recovery room. I like,
wow,
what the fuck happened?
Yeah, you don't remember nothing. When they gave me mine, the guy said, you're going to feel maybe a little bit burning. He says, and then basically that's going to be the end of it. Then as soon as he shot it, I said, I don't feel nothing. And then I said, oh, I feel it now. He said, okay, bye. And that was the last thing I remember. No, I'm serious. That's what he said. He said, okay, bye.
But we got to give a shout out to Habibi.
Habibi. But the anesthesiologist, someone told me that they have, Masala told me that they have bad looking shoes that they're very good anesthesiologists. Somebody at Duke University. That motherfucker's shoes is horrible. Horrible. That motherfucker was the best. I didn't see that shit coming. Like he sucker punched me. Boom. I'm waking up. Word up. I didn't see it coming, man. Anything else in your mind from the hood, man, that's bothering you, man? Anything else triggering you right now, man?
Ooh, me?
Yeah, man.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah, just if you got a couple of hours. I mean, I'm gonna get robbed all the time. And fireworks in the middle of the night, even when it's cold and loud music. I mean, but I love my community though. We making strides. You know what I'm saying?
We as a people, man. That's hilarious.
Yeah, nah, that's good. That's all good.
We got a little shout outs tonight, man, to a couple of brothers that passed away over the last, man, looked like 24 hours that we suffered from this. 24, maybe 48 hours. We had the death of Melvin Van Peoples.
Yeah.
Known for his work. I think it's one of his classic works, is Sweetback's Badass Song, I believe, right. Man. I think that's what. Yeah, there it is. There it goes.
Yeah.
Producer Jamie right there.
Brother, man.
Brother is the father. People don't know that's the father of Mario Van Peoples.
Correct.
Yeah.
An actor and director and a writer. So
that's I think what Mario Van Peoples directed New Jack City, right?
Yeah,
New Jack City. We had Posse, you know, all that stuff like
that.
Yeah.
That area is right there. Yeah.
And Sweetback's song, that Sweetback, that was the debut of Earth, Wind and Fire, man. If you remember. Yeah, that's right. And I think he's still owing money too. So he passed away, still owing money. Yeah, because they never got paid off that soundtrack.
Well, you know what? You know what I like? I appreciate outside of their just sheer talent, but what they did just to get into that industry is you know, it's not easy. I mean,
at that time.
And think about it, they're the bridge to Spike Lee. Remember the black exploitation film for a while. We had no black filmmakers for a while. And they kind of gave birth to Spike Lee coming in 1989, I believe, with Do the Right Thing. Not Do the Right Thing. I think
Before that, She's Gotta Have it was 88.
Right. She's Gotta Have It, then Do the Right Thing. You know what I'm saying? And so, but he's always been just you know, so funny because they didn't have that great relationship with Hollywood. They weren't invited to Hollywood like that. So everything they did, you know, I just hope people understand and recognize the legacy of these filmmakers. But I always liked the Van Peoples family. Excellent. And I met Mario once and totally a wonderful brother. So rest in peace to this brother.
89 years.
Absolutely. Yeah. I just got tickets for Earth, Wind and Fire too, Derek.
Oh yeah. That's to me, that's the baddest group, man.
I'm looking forward to it.
Age group that's comparable, I would say, is I love Mint Condition. You know what I mean? I think that they were the only thing that we had that was comparable to Earth, Wind and Fire for our age group. You know, but they're not there. It's the Earth, Wind and Fire.
Let me say this, D. Derek, I love you. I truly do. I love you because Derek, because I thought I heard Derek mention Mint Condition.
Yes,
hold on.
No,
I'm as good.
Oh, okay. I just thought I heard you mention them in the same, like
they're Mint Condition. Yeah, Mint Condition and Earth, Wind and Fire shouldn't be in the same breath.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
I love the way Derek go for his. Derek just flow with it.
Yeah.
You know,
the thing is, I really was gonna let you slide on that, Derek, but Kelvin,
I just didn't see Mint Condition coming. I was like, because I was curious what we had comparable too. So I was like, no.
Mint Condition is dope. I saw Mint Condition character too. I saw him too, Derek.
Let me tell you, Mint Condition is yes, baby. That's right. Don't trip.
Derek got a good.
I know one thing. Mint Condition and Earth, Wind and Fire can't do a versus.
You know what I like? What I like the fact is Derek has such a great wife. She gonna wait till afterwards to be like, I need to talk to you. That's what I like.
Come here, baby. Let me talk to you.
Hey, come here, let me talk to you. Don't ever say that again. Look at me when I talk to you. Look at me when I talk to you. Don't ever say that again.
And when we're in public, don't say you're a Jets fan.
Wait, see, D, we supposed to be dark-skinned brothers. See how you
Earth, Wind and Fire, they made the white people wedding song of all time. September. Do you remember every white wedding they play that shit there, boy?
And you know it's crazy. The Jacksons used to use their horn section.
The word?
Yeah. Everybody used Earth, Wind and Fire horns.
Yeah. I'm looking very forward to going to the concert. Very forward.
That's what's up.
Phoenix horn. Baddest horns in the business, man.
Yeah, man.
Baddest horn section in the business.
Then we had another good brother we all love and did. He played a big part of our lives, and man, he made us laugh. Anthony A.J. Johnson, actor, comedian, died at the age of 55 years old. We know him for his best role as Ezel in Friday. And so that's our dear brother that departed left us very early, man. 55, man. That's like, you know, we in that category. This dude, man, like we could have went to school with this dude. You know,
way too young.
Yeah, too young.
Yeah, brothers are dying way too young, man. We got to take better care of ourselves. You know, it's just sad. You know, very sad. They are trying to raise money for AJ to
for his funeral.
There's a
GoFundMe out there.
He don't have enough money to bury himself, man.
It's kind of, that's very sad as well.
We got to take our own, and you know.
The thing is, that's what we talked about on the previous show. You got to have your paperwork, your life insurance, wills, all in order. You know what I'm saying?
Now, on an unrelated note, you see that down there, right?
Yeah,
right.
Mint Condition is a band of consummate professionals that stood the test of time.
Yeah.
They are like,
Derik, you said you had relatives that came to visit this week?
Yeah.
I don't know what it said who they are, but I ain't gonna lie. I saw them in Condition concert maybe a few years back. They're phenomenal, bro.
Oh, no, they're good.
But they're not Earth, Wind, and Fire.
They're correct. They're not Earth, Wind, and Fire, but they're good. They're good. You know.
Yeah, man. So, but that's what's up, man.
Yeah.
What we got on the agenda tonight on the chopping block. Oh shoot, what's that? Is your relative? See?
Yes.
Shout out. Hey, what was said? Please like and subscribe to Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter.
I know who that is. That was Casper.
Make comments. We'll get back to you on that. Please, let's see what your battle of Earth, Wind, and Fire. Chime in on that part, man. That was dope, man. First up on the chopping block tonight, man. Haiti protests en masse. A U.S. deportation and migration of the country in a crisis. So people don't know Haitians have been walking here, trying to come through New Mexico borders and Texas to try to get asylum here in the United States and been sent back. You know how they treat black and brown people. I know Jamie, he's gonna be mad when I say this. Where's your girl Kamala Harris at now? I just want to say something because black people get treated differently. They left the Afghanistan's in. I'm telling you right now, inside when my people is in federal prison. They are in Fort Dix. They are sitting on beds and cots and all that stuff for these people in Afghanistan. Where's the love for our brothers and sisters in Haiti? We know they've been to an earthquake. We know their president got murdered. We know they went to a hurricane. A few years ago, they had an earthquake. Where's the love? Where's the America that was we welcome arms, the Statue of Liberty, all that shit? Where is that at? Thought.
Yo, they actually showed pictures of Border Patrol using lassos on them as well.
I forgot to say that. You're right.
No, that's what I do. I clean up after you, D. But I agree 100% with what D said. They let the Afghanistans in there. You know, they selected on who they're going to let in here. And, you know, what country, if the country has something valuable they want, then they may consider certain things. But they're not being fair about this, in my opinion. I don't.
Yeah,
you let everybody else in, why can't they say?
Oh, yeah.
And I don't really see the justification for it. I mean, I watched the video of the young lady talking about it, and she's saying, you know, there's nothing for us in our country, even if we got an education and we're just trying to come here to get something. She showed something like this thin, and she's like, this what they gave us to sleep. You know? I mean, you know.
No, I mean, listen, you know, Haiti, wow. Haitians are not only getting sent back, they're getting whipped. They're being whipped. Question, why did they go all the way to Mexico and Florida closer? Well, you know, you have to get in the way you get in, you know. If you're not being allowed into the country, you know, then you got to get into Mexico, you know, probably through coyotes and whatever, you know.
Yeah, also Florida, they're already on the lookout for that kind of stuff to happen. They have some security around there. So some of them, they're coming through Central America and making that walk, you know, or going through that's a long walk for some, like, you just for safety with children on your back and stuff like that. Like, this country always like, I'm not gonna get to the whole history about the whole word Afghanistan being the descendants of Aryans. I'm not going to get into all that kind of stuff like that on the show. However, but we let Russians in here because I was working in the airports. We let Russians in here, gave them like $25,000, small place to live, and all this kind of low interest loans and shit like that to get started. So it's just something about that whole narrative of saying shit old country. Really, that's what they call it. They never and what have been done to Haitians, they paying back reparations to France. One of the United States had to pay back reparations to England.
Oh man, what shit would we be in, right? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just funny of you.
It's a good point, Derik. I mean, good point, D. I mean, I don't see any way around it. It's just a blatant miscarriage of justice. I mean, it's just, you know, and to Rodney's point, where's the humanity at? You know, where's empathy at? You know what I mean? On just a humanitarian level. You know,
you know, what's in it for them? I highly doubt that any white immigrants would treat you. No, of course, we treat you better than Haitians. Let's just keep it 100, right? You know, we already know what it is. You know, Okay, my daughter's homemade sister just made it to New York from Haiti. Wow. She walked for 2 months.
Wow.
Yeah, they let her in because she's pregnant. Okay.
Okay. These men better figure out how to get pregnant. You know, it's sad,
don't start, because you know,
and they can't see
You know, it's really sad, man.
No, they can't. There's nothing for them in Haiti, man. Right now, man. Haiti is closed, man, for business right now. They got so much they have to handle. You know, I mean, it was already a tenuous. You know, it was just already kind of a shaky place before the hurricane. I mean, before the earthquake. You know, so.
Yeah. And what did he send them back to?
They ain't got nothing there. There's nothing.
You know, how many Afghanistans they sent over here compared to how many Haitians over here?
And then the other thing is, hasn't Dominican Republic always rejected them as well? So it's like, you know,
a whole nother subject.
This group has never been, you know,
you would think, man, they your neighbor.
It's like the group is blacklisted.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. I mean, it was because Haiti. We just been going to the history lesson about that.
They fought and won.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to, man. And if anybody get a chance, look at blacks without borders. Oh God, man. Skip. I can't think of the guy's name. As soon as I get it, when it's about talking about the history of Dominican Republic, how they was with the white Europeans and stuff like that. So they more recognized with the white European.
Yeah.
So, black. Yeah, that's Jamie. That's right. Blacks in America. That's right. By Henry. Right.
85,000 Afghans. Is that how many they let in?
85,000.
Yeah.
Good Lord, they could have. That's a lot, man.
Picture a football stadium. That's all I tell people.
Yeah. No, they could have let. They could have let. Yeah, Haiti is more than 90% black people. Racism is at least a sizable part of the reason why they were being sent back home. Yeah, I mean, you can't.
They're not letting the country. They don't want the country to get darker.
No, heck no. And they want to make all that good black rice. Goddamn, I hate that black rice. Tired of Carolina rice, man. Let the Haitians make that black rice, man.
And get with that fried goat too.
Yeah, man. Yeah, some Jones, some and all that stuff. Okay, North Carolina judge strikes down state voter ID laws. Gentlemen, any thoughts on that, man?
As well as he should have.
Yeah.
Well, you know, we talked about this before. Just another ploy to keep black people from voting.
Yeah,
you know?
Just playing the hits, playing the classics.
There you go. Just what do you say? Staying on code, right?
Yeah, that's it.
On code.
The thing is, the Republicans, they say we ain't trying to lose no more elections because of black people voting. We're not gonna let that happen again. Mm-hmm. So we're gonna, what we're gonna do? We're gonna stack the deck, but didn't work out this time.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, it's good to know. You know, everybody's down there is staying on code and staying on point. And watching out for that targeted systemic racism that they got going on down there, man.
That's why I hate when people don't vote. I hate when people say it don't matter and don't count. I just hate that.
If it didn't matter and it didn't count, they wouldn't make efforts to stop us from voting.
That's my point.
That is the point. Absolutely.
That's what I'm saying. But to me, if you can't go vote, but you can wait online at midnight for some Jordans or something like that, your priorities.
Wait in line at Louis Vuitton, right? Or wait in line at the club. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? It's just that the only thing I have to say is we have to learn also now with the power of voting. We got to learn to vote in blocks and get something in return for our vote. Right. Yeah. Not just vote. You know what I mean? We basically got to understand politics and be able to strike the deals that we need done to help us. Yeah. And that's what we got to get on board with.
So you got to be an educated voter.
Yes, correct. I want more educated voters. I want people that are understanding politics, understanding how to vote in blocks, understand how to vote for your local politicians as well, because that gets a lot done in your neighborhood. You know, so.
But you also have to remember that. You also have to remember that we as people, we also have to get it in our heads that so voting is the first line of defense. You know what I mean? But it's not we have a tendency to vote. Hey, we got our person in, and then we sit back and we chill for the rest of the term or whatever it is.
And you wait for them to give you something.
Right. We have to remember that we have to support the people that we get in, and we now got them in. We have to push our agenda, and that has to be an ongoing thing, an ongoing action, something that we have, political action that has to continue all the time, man. It's not something that we just sit back and do every 4 years or 2 years or 6 years, whatever it is.
Yeah, we got to challenge him. It sounds like a time for us to get my man Karan Aline back on, and he's going to have some upcoming news for us here in our local elections. Like you just said, I'm going to tell you about that in about a week from now. I'll tell you from a week from now about that. What's going on with that? Also, with the correction, the show I was talking about was called Blacks in Latin America. It was a PBS special. Check it out. I'll tell you about blacks in Mexico. I was telling Rod how he looked like he could be one of the Mexican statues back in the day. And Colombia is all the stuff. You got to check it out, man. Check it out. The history of Black in Latin America. Okay. With that said, FDA vaccine advisor votes to recommend booster doses of COVID-19 vaccine in people 65 and older and those at high risk. Any thoughts, gentlemen, on this latest news that we heard this week?
I don't have a problem with a recommendation. I just have a problem with a mandate. You know, that's my issue. You can recommend all you want. You know what I mean? Recommend. Let's have the conversation. You know, put the information out there and let a person make their own choice. When you start mandating stuff, that's when I start to have a real issue. You know,
fair
that's
point.
I agree.
Only argument with that is I give that we always have mandates for a lot of things. Every one of our kids has to go to school we're mandated to get vaccinated for college and all that stuff. That's the only thing I have when I
yeah, but we also, but the things that we mandate for them, we have a lot more we have a lot more research,
more data and research on those older vaccines.
Yeah, but also with that said, there is data and research of the new vaccines where there has been research for a while with just more money and funding behind it. That's the only thing I can say with that. With the technology that you have, like, you know, people say the phones, everything has more technology, so that's why you get the data and stuff is produced faster nowadays. It's not like back in the day when things were slower and you didn't have the technology and information. And now this is the money was thrown at we had globally, everybody working on this one accord. There's so much money thrown at this.
The thing is, they were about to mandate this booster for everybody, and then now all of a sudden it's changed.
No, but they had to pass it. They had to pass. They can't say
I understand they were trying to get it approved, but then they said no, everybody don't have to take it, just 65 and older. And if you have perceived conditions or your immune system is weak or whatever. But before that, Pfizer was trying to get that in everybody.
Well,
so like I said, we're back to the money grab again.
Not to mention the fact we keep getting what I feel is we have a whole conversation, but I'm not gonna. We have what I feel is conflicting information. You know what I mean? So from the beginning, so you have a thing where if it was bad information that was given in the beginning or incomplete information, you got to deal with that. Now you have to, you know what I mean? That's there's going to be a period of time where you got to get people on board, and people like myself are going to say, but wait a minute, I remember when you said this. You know what I mean? And now you're saying something different. Well, we found, meanwhile, so don't make it, now it's something else. It's like, we gotta, no. I gotta.
And what Shauna's saying.
Yes, SARS vaccine's been developed for years. They just tweaked for COVID. Okay, is that it? Is that what it is?
And COVID's part of SARS vaccine. And if you look at the protein, the whole thing. So they've been doing this for a while. So it's not like it's nothing new.
Would you feel the same way if the symptoms of COVID-19 were bleeding out of the eyes and rear and lesions on the face? The symptoms are not the issue.
No. I think if they were saying if you saw that, would you change your mind? If you saw it like how it was,
we're not gonna do what ifs. Let's not do what ifs. We're not gonna live off what ifs.
People are dying. Like, I don't really get it. Like, we know that people are dying from COVID. We know that. I'm just not convinced that this vaccine is working. You know what I mean? Or I'm just not 100% convinced that or understand what it is that you're putting in it, that it's not going to harm me. You know what? In my base case scenario, I would be happy if it did nothing. I'm serious. I'll be happy if it did absolutely nothing.
Do we believe that the average person that took the vaccine in the beginning, did they believe that they knew that they could still get it and still spread it? The most people that took it, when they took it, believe that they could still get it and spread it?
That's a good point.
And the answer most people are going to say they know. They did not know they could still get it and spread it.
Right.
So, but then the narrative changed like it always does. You know what I'm saying? Because I know I talked to people. I know I've talked to a couple of people, and I know I heard out their mouth. They said I was under the impression that I was not going to be able to get COVID once I took the vaccine.
In the PSAs, they literally told you that.
Yeah, but I think. Okay.
And the thing is, if this country doesn't have the history that it had, then people would be more trusting of the vaccine.
That is true. But with that said, and the data is showing that the numbers of people dying that's in the ICU. I was in the hospital yesterday, and that's where I swear on my son, the nurse said they're starting to consider people that unvaccinated people that's in the hospitals taking up the ICUs. They're gonna stop. There's more data shows that more people in the ICUs, and I'll send you guys privately, whatever. They're showing the guy with the debate. Even Islam was on the debate, showing people that more of these people in the hospitals with the data that are dying from that's vaccine. I know more people alive. I know more people dead that had COVID than I know people died from vaccine.
Okay, and then let's look at these people. And like I said, I'm not downplaying deaths. Let's look at some of these people's conditions. Is obesity there? Is over 65 there?
No, it's not.
That's not playing a role.
Let me give you an example. My Tim that's on there. Hope Tim chimes in tonight. His son has a friend that's 9 years old. He's in the ICU right now. 9. So it's like, so you can't say that is the majority of people, yes, that they have these underlying conditions. They'll be.
So then I can say it.
No,
I can't say
you can't say everybody, but most of the people.
I didn't say everybody. I said, those are some of the contributing factors to some of the people that are dying. And you said that you can't say it for every. I'm not saying it for everybody. I'm saying a huge portion, and the numbers do show that most of the people that died from it were over 65, unhealthy, and obese, and they had underlying conditions.
What I'm saying now with the new Delta variant, right now, the data is showing it's not just them; it's a lot of people, younger people, are getting this too. That's the problem. That's what they're showing now. Under 50, 35.
We know that you can get it, D. We know that you can get it. But the fact is, no matter how you look at it with the numbers, millions of people that have had it did not die.
Wait till you start hearing about all the people who took the vaccine and are still dying from things. You know what I mean? Still dying from COVID. Just waiting for those numbers.
When those numbers come out, I'll be very shocked that it will be high as people that died without having the vaccine. I'll bet money on that one.
And then you could say, all right, well, you know what?
I'll bet money on that one.
And here's the thing, and I hope you're right.
Yeah, let's move on to the next topic, Joe. I'm sorry.
We don't want to bet on people dying.
No, I'm not betting on people dying, but I bet you that I'm not betting on people dying. I bet that it'll be more successful than than people think. What would say?
Bees don't argue with flies. Yeah, to convince
the wives on this show are gangster.
You know that. You already know that.
Yeah. Lost my thing. Oh shoot. Okay, here we go. Texas woman attacks hostess at a popular NYC restaurant after she asked for COVID-19 vaccine status. Jamie, can you have a video for us?
This is exclusive cell phone video of Thursday's attack outside Carmine's restaurant on the Upper West Side. Watch as the hostess stand is nearly tipped over. Tempers flare. At one point, a waiter helps carry someone away from the scene.
Oh, wow. That was bad.
We showed the wild brawl to customers. They are in utter disbelief, especially since the restaurant says it all started when the 22-year-old hostess simply asked a group from Texas to show proof of a COVID vaccination to dine inside, part of the city's executive order that went into effect this week. Law enforcement sources say the hostess was then repeatedly punched in the face and body and sent to the hospital.
First of all, there was a lot of women going around the outside, first of all. Secondly, go ahead, Rob.
I just don't think people should be fighting to get into a restaurant to spend their money. If they don't want to let you in, then don't go in there. Now, I'm going to tell you this, right? I worked in the city, and I used to work for a company that serviced restaurants. The average restaurant in Manhattan is a struggling business. They want to enforce it. That's fine. Don't let people in. People don't spend their money. And then guess what? They're going to be financially hurt. And let's see if the city helps them out.
My thing besides that is I don't want to even put people at risk that,
Is that what happened, Sean? I didn't hear that. Wow.
Yeah, that's what it said. Allegedly, that's what they're claiming. They're trying to get a claim against the lady, the hostess, and saying that the video, they saying they got video from Carmine saying they had their own video saying that this happened. So we don't know what was said in that, but if it was just about the vaccine thing, I don't think it should. The people at the door, it's going to be kind of hard. They're going to become vaccine police, and that's going to be a lot of incidents. A lot of people are going to be challenged. They didn't sign up to be police officers or security guards.
Correct.
They're putting in the bad. They're putting in the bad.
Situation. The thing is, it's like me and my wife had this conversation, and we know what me and my wife's background is. You can't put untrained people in those type of situations to enforce things. You can't give people that are like not used to having that power or authority to implement some sort of rule that somebody else said. The bottom line is, if you don't, you can't push that far till somebody gets into a fight with you. That's crazy. You're not in a position to handle something like that. So I agree 100% like that. You can't have the hostess being the vaccine police. You can't do that.
What's it say? What it said?
Would it be safe to say that anti-vaxxers are more confident catching COVID-19 and rolling the dice in the long-term effects versus getting the vaccine and doing the same? You know what? Let me tell you something. I'm not an anti-vaxxer.
Correct.
I can say that. I'm not an anti-vaxxer.
We're anti this.
I'm an anti-right nower.
Yeah.
All right. You know what I'm saying? I have not been convinced. If you want to put something in my arm and in my body, you're going to need to convince me. And I don't feel safe. I feel less safe with it inside of me. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I may catch it COVID. I may not. I may die from it. I may not. But again, I took the vaccine, but it was a business decision because I knew what would happen if I didn't take it, which was mean I'd be ostracized and I'll have a bunch of
But I mean, the other thing is this. Okay, we're not talking about the lunch counter in the 60s or something like that. There's got to be some civility. I'm with Rodney.
Oh, no. No, please understand. This is a little controversial. If you're looking at it and paying attention, that's kind of sort of where we headed with it.
No.
Segregation that's
but Derik,
happening.
what I'm saying is this. At the end of the day, there is no scenario with me being grown where business has asked me not to come in or whatever the case is, where I'm going to be out there as a grown man sitting there fighting somebody behind the desk. It's not, I just don't, we're not in the junior high school cafeteria. This is not, this is not the March on Washington. At the end of the day, there's a mandate from the city saying you can't come unless you produce that card. If I don't have it, like Rodney said, I'm just not going to patronize the place if I didn't have it. But I'm not going to let, in other words, there's something wrong with that. Now, I got to admit, do I think a white hostess sat there and looked at 4 or 5 black women and called them monkeys and stuff like that? I find it hard to believe at this moment without the person think they're going to get stomped out. So I don't know that happened. Oftentimes the narrative changes with the people get arrested. Right. Then, you know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. All I'll say is this. What we do know is there's be no scenario unless under attack. There's 6 or 7 grown people out there tearing down Carmine's restaurant because they couldn't go in. You know what I'm saying?
Like I said, they should have walked away. If they wasn't going to let them in,
I think they let 2 of them in, and then somebody else in the party didn't have the card, from what I believe. I think they were sitting down, and then they
all should have left. Then they should have. We all. It's like the 4 of us. If we couldn't all get into corner social, do you think that the 3 of you just going to go in and I wait outside? No, I would expect that we all going to leave.
Right.
Those ugly ass women would pick us up and make sure we got in corner social. Some ugly women would say, "Get your ass in here. We're going to beat the bodyguard up." And Listen, I'm going to Cracker Barrel if they protest. I like Carmine's. Carmine's got family style. I'm going to eat that shit.
D, if you go back to Cracker Barrel, D, your whole legacy is shot.
It's too late. I'm sold out.
And then be sitting there with a dashiki on during Black History Month. That's
shit good as a motherfucker. I could feed all 4 of us for $25. Right, Rod? Am I lying?
Don't pull me into this.
I knew you were going to say that.
No, don't pull me into this.
Oh, man.
Speaking of some cracker shit, Alabama records more deaths than births in 2020.
Kind of segue is that?
Alabama records more deaths than births in 2020, marking a first in state's history. So it looks like Alabama is recording more. They're not fucking down there. I guess they fucked all their cousins. They ain't got no more cousins to fuck. And the virus is tearing their asses up down there. They want to lead us.
Okay, you got your first one.
Thank you. Come on, Jamie.
Man, he let you ride for a minute, man.
Jamie, come on, man. Let me rock out.
Yo, Jamie's getting slow. You got to pull that trigger quicker, Jamie.
Jamie's some bullshit, man.
Oh man.
Anyway,
but childbirth is down. We had a segment on this show about childbirth being down throughout the United States. So that does.
Crackheads having babies.
Yeah, but the thing is, I want to know the age of the people that's in Alabama. What's the majority of the age of people in Alabama? I want to know that too. Yeah, because like I say, I see things different.
COVID is impacting.
No, and the thing is, and also it's in a state that's anti-vax, anti-mask. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, correct. So the thing is, like, you gotta pay attention to when you read stuff with media, how they leave certain things out. You're not talking about the age, the average age of people down in Alabama. You're not talking about that it's a state that's anti-vax, anti-mask. You know what I'm saying? And you got to realize too that like I said, we talked about this. Childbirth is down throughout the United States as well. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of factors you got to bring in there before you can just openly just say something like that.
But I think also losing a lot of people. Number one, I'm not sure if Jamie could pull it up at the death rate that's going on there. since the pandemic, with that state's one of the leading states.
I know the death rate. I know the death rate there. The death rate is 64,000, and childbirth that same year was 57,000. So,
well, I'm not objective when it comes to Alabama, so it'd be better if I don't get this scroll. I'll just say very interesting, very interesting.
Yeah. Fuck Alabama. They almost got arrested down there, man. Fuck Alabama. I don't like Alabama A&M. I don't like none of that shit. No, I love Alabama A&M. You know, historical black college out there. Me and Jamie went down there, did a little show down there, long time ago. I ain't gonna talk about that. That's back.
You gotta do fight the power in Alabama.
I fuck Tuskegee, not the university, but the town. That's just piece of whole shit town, man. Anyhow, what's his name? Mo Fanning of Love and Hip Hop, Atlanta, sentenced to 17 years in prison for misuse of PPP loan. This brother's out here buying Rolls Royces. He spent $85 on jury. I had to look at this shit. This dude up, man. $40K on past due child support. At least he took care of the kids. $36,000.
He didn't take care of them. He took care of them with some stolen money. That's what he did.
The fact that he was 40,000 past due. Huh?
Yeah, that's another story.
He got away from you a little bit.
I don't know. Y'all motherfuckers smart. I'm gonna slide the by. I'm gonna get the brother benefit for that, but y'all motherfuckers catch on every goddamn thing, man.
Yeah.
And then what the shit is? This motherfucker $200-something thousand and try to flip it with some more fucking scam shit. He got $3 million in change.
Well, I don't think they make a lot of money on Love and Hip Hop, right?
No, I don't think so. I think
it's an exposure thing, right?
Yeah, they might make like $6. They might make 100,000, maybe.
Yeah, I didn't even think it was that much.
I mean, as I'm saying, maybe. I said maybe.
But the thing is, I'm pretty sure, and me and D have talked about this before on the phone, that there's going to be a lot of people that's going to be going to jail for those illegal PPP loans, and a lot of people are scamming. And I wouldn't recommend you doing it because it's like a paper trail. How is it not going to come back to you? It's so easy to find.
$3 million.
Yeah.
And he flaws when all right. Let me see what the Rolls Royce. He paid $136 for a lease Rolls Royce.
Oh wow.
$26,000 for that. What up, Jam? I mean, what up, Tiger? What up, Tim?
His ass.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like looking at that kind of stuff, man. I was like, yo, he put $50,000 probably took it to the strip club. I'm like, dude, and he got 17 and a half years, and that was when he corroborated.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's 38 years old. So you're gonna waive your 40s, right?
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, I think I'll be disingenuous if I didn't take this moment to say we never don't get anywhere. That's a few times, you know. But I mean, it really wanting all of that, not out of necessity, just to sit there trying to floss. It's just a bad look, and they're not playing. Like Rodney said, they're not playing with this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Usually things are not free, and that's one of them, and they're not trying to hear it.
No, you had to know that was coming, man. You know,
he could have got away with it if he would have just kept on the low. Because he said it was for his trucking business, right? I'd have bought a whole fleet of trucks, put motherfuckers on payroll, and some of that he cut $3.7 million. You know, everybody, and he was in the hood, and then what it is? Maybe that was public record. So people were looking at it and say, "Yo, this motherfucker got $3.7 million. Give me some money, or shut the, you know." And he probably like, "Fuck you." He probably snitched on him.
Well, if you're right, if he had probably aimed it towards like a business and something legitimate, then he would have probably been. Not that they still wouldn't have came after him, but it probably would have been easier for him to fight it, saying that he actually built a business. But you did it for flossing and to try to maintain this image that you want to portray. You know what I'm saying? It's just ridiculous.
I'll be real, so a lot of legitimate small businesses couldn't get those loans.
Correct.
That's the part that's psycho.
And the dudes that was doing all this seemed like they got right through, like it was nothing.
Well, because they forged paperwork. That's why they forged paperwork. Okay, I'm not going to say any names, but there were small businesses that I knew that the reason they couldn't get the PPP loan is because their accounts and stuff weren't lined up properly with their bank accounts and the paperwork, and they still had a legitimate business, but just because they didn't, have things organized properly, they couldn't get the PPP loan. And then these other guys, you had accountants out there that were basically forging paperwork for businesses that didn't exist, and that's what they were doing.
Yeah, I know a really rich guy, really rich guy, personally, and he wound up getting the loan, but he has a business, but he really didn't need it. But his, like Brian said, his accountant, to make that shit work, and he
make it work,
and he's good. So
17 years, man. Let me tell you something. I know somebody murdered somebody and did 16. I'm talking about 17 years.
And you don't fuck with government money, man. I'm telling you, they don't care. You better have it right every time. You know, that's what it is.
They're going to. I'm telling you, there's going to be. But there's been a lot of arrests already for people that have done this. These guys scamming and going to the jeweler and spending the money. It's crazy. It's just insane.
Yeah.
Hey.
And they giving out football numbers. They're giving out football numbers.
Just don't go like they always said that like you always gotta be on the low and humble. Just don't just keep it on the low. You know, don't shine, don't flash, don't tell nobody you got that $3 million. If you'd have just chilled out, no one would have knew. And he could have bubbled on the low. He could have did everything. But you know, he got it like Rodney said, you said it best. He's on TV, he gotta flash his image.
Correct.
He's driving around He's driving around a Honda Accord. Everybody's gonna question, yo, why are you driving a Honda Accord? You on TV every week.
Correct.
You're on a Honda Accord, so you know.
A new challenge on TikTok.
That's why, D, how many times we said they could keep the fame, we just want the fortune. You know what I'm saying? So the fame, you have to live up to a certain this day and time. People have to live up to an image that they really can't afford.
Facts. Word up. Facts. Big time facts on that shit, man. So what to say?
Niggas don't do low.
Yeah. Word up, Shabbat. Word up. Like, yo, just if you gotta come up, just keep it on the low, man. Like, damn, man. Like, why you gotta show up that everybody got it? Bubble 5 years from now when the shit is forgiven.
Yeah, right.
You know,
I wasn't convinced that it was ever going to be forgiven. That's why I didn't fool with it myself, man. I'm like, man, you can't tell me, oh, it's like free money. I'm like, ain't no such thing as free money, man.
No, if you were legit, you don't have to pay it back. If you're legit, you don't have to pay it back.
Yeah, you was only going to be obligated to pay back 10% of it. So that would have been, I don't know, do my math, Rod, $370,000.
Oh, for the millions that he got?
Yeah, if he just stayed on the quiet, I think you had to pay back 10% of that, whatever that was, a 10 or 20. So even if it was 20%, you'd have put that to the side, did everything you had to do, and you'd have been okay.
The natives.
If you did it legitimately.
Yeah. Speaking of natives, right? What would you do if somebody broke into your house? I want what would hold on to this? I want you to what would you do? And then Jamie, I want you to play that video. Yo, first of all, he had a little arm like chicken wing. I just want everybody to know that. Jamie, play it back one more time, Jamie. Look at his arm. Look at his arm. He might be chicken wing little brother. Play it back, Jamie.
He broke that wrist. He broke that wrist.
Let me tell you something.
He shattered it.
Who needs ADT and Slowmans when you got homeboy right there? You know what I'm saying?
You better get some handicaps respect. That's right.
That's right.
That's my man with the little arm. He said, "Fuck
that." And it's probably somebody live on his block trying to break into his house.
Never be the same. And then what did he say after that?
He probably shattered his hand. His hand is probably shattered.
Yeah, it's dust, bro.
Yeah.
It's dusty.
No, that's right.
Yo, listen,
what it is right now. Oh my god.
To be honest with you, he lucky my man didn't have an axe.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I remember the first time I thought it was a machete. I didn't know it was a baseball bat. I thought it was a machete.
Yeah. He'd have been his rights to take that whole hand, man. With that
hand. He got all his strength is in his one hand because the other one's just dangling.
And you do realize that he's not going to do a day in jail for that because he's defending his property. Burglary is a violent felony. You can defend your property with somebody trying to break in.
Oh, sorry, Simone. We should have given a warning. I'm sorry, Simone.
Yeah, sure did. Yeah. How you get it on this show, man.
Listen, I felt this pain, but I'm glad he got that shit, man.
That's what they call a teachable moment.
Yeah. That's the hood home security.
Word up. God don't like ugly. Ain't too fond of pretty.
That's right.
Oh man.
Yeah, I wish we could bring him on the show and interview him and just to ask him what was he thinking when he smashed that guy's hand.
No, I want the dude that Reese Dude to come on the show.
He's no condition to come on here.
Oh my god!
That's an advertisement for a short bat, Joe. That's what you need, Kelvin, a short bat, man.
Yeah, he's somewhere in surgery getting 60 pins put in his arm. Yeah.
Oh my god! I would be caught him though. I really did. Hope he somebody else caught him with a broken arm. You in the hood. Somebody got a broken left arm because that was his left hand. You like that's that motherfucker right there.
Well, I don't think he would be hard to find. He would be at the nearest hospital. He'd be at the nearest hospital. So all you gotta do is tell the police, guarantee you he's at the hospital.
And what do you? And when people ask relatives, what happened? What happened to you? What do you say?
Yeah,
I don't know. I have no idea what he could make up.
No,
but maybe I fell off a motorcycle. I don't know.
I got my hands.
Realistically, they can still call the cops on him. He can still get arrested, and they put the handcuffs on him to be arrested.
The thing is, that's still a crime. That's attempted burglary.
I mean, officer, look, you ain't got to put me in this cuff. Just the other one. I mean, this stuff swell up. Like,
yeah. Oh man,
yo, no, not for nothing. This is a true story. When they locked up Chicken Wing, right? They had to handcuff him to his belt, on his pants.
Yeah. They handcuffed the good hand, the belt loop, right?
Yep, to the belt loop. Right, so that's what I do with a broken arm right here with a belt loop. Then even that, oh shit, realize he ain't got no hands. That'd have been crazy, man.
Oh my god.
Think of some other crazy shit here, man. Teen gets USB cable stuck in his penis in an attempt to measure the length of his Johnson. So this young man, I wish we had the picture of this. This young man had taken a USB cord. Instead of like you measured it long like we all did when we was teenagers a long time ago, he stuck it inside his penis, and it got stuck.
So he was doing it with a USB, so he was trying to charge his penis.
Pretty much.
Yo, these kids are nuts.
The future's looking good.
Yeah, the future's not looking good. And he put it inside his
I think we got to give awards on the show. That is one of the dumbest things that has happened in human existence, right there.
Wow.
Definitely. So did we have 1 week a kid try to wrap up his genitalia to not get somebody pregnant?
With glue.
We got about that. This genius got to go and take, because he can't get a ruler for whatever reason. Whatever reason you got to keep the stats, or whatever the case is. It's just the future is looking tough. It's looking bad.
Yeah.
It's very bleak. It's very bleak in our community, man. I mean, we got little Nas X.
Technology is getting out of control.
This motherfucker put it. I mean, out of all the shit you can make, like, what happened to you know what? No, kids are dumb. They don't know use rulers anymore.
No.
Motherfucking ruler. What happened to the old fool? I don't even know if a kid know what a ruler look like. Think about it.
Okay, look. You know this? I realize his parents or somebody's changing his narrative, because that's not what he did that for. That was no measurement thing. He was doing something else. He had to be doing something else. It makes no sense. There's no way you're gonna insert something in the head.
I don't see how you could do that and not feel the discomfort, man. Like how?
Correct.
What's going on?
That's some type of dare challenge or just
something was there. Yeah, I agree.
Measurement thing.
This better not take over the milk crate challenge.
No, better not. Better not. The thing is too, like I agree with your point, Kelvin. Even as men, to see somebody else kicked in the freaking balls, you grimace and you didn't even get kicked in it. So to sit there and put something like that in you, I mean, what normal man is going to sit there and be able to do that? Something was there. Something's a little bit more there than that.
Right, exactly. Exactly. So there's something to that,
Yeah.
His parents just want to say, listen, we got one of the dumbest children breathe, but we're going to try to protect them and do a little damage control.
Yeah.
We don't even like teeth when we get fellatio.
Oh my God.
Why would I want to get? I'm just saying, man. Who would want a cable? Like, I don't want teeth,
I love that D feeling better. That's what I like. I was worried tonight.
Actually, I'm high on Oxycontin.
Then you must be on Oxycontin every show then.
Oh man.
No, one of my dear friends makes me some edibles time to time. I'm not gonna say any names. And and once in a while I might come on the show a little tweak.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Man, listen, it's time for commercial time, man, to pay the bills. Man, Jamie, can you take us out next commercial? Welcome back to Let's Chop It Up. Please follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Like and subscribe. Hit the bell. Make those comments. Show some love. We need 6 more people, as my man Jamie says. Tell a friend to tell a friend that we trying to get to 500. That you got some cool brothers on here, kicking it, having some fun, giving some inspiration, and also educating our people to some of the stuff that's going on with the latest topics. And also, we have some great guests that's educating people too. So please like and subscribe, dear people. Jamie, man, we about to have some talk, a little conversation right here coming up, man. This sister said, there isn't enough good men for all of you out here. Jamie, can you play the video so people get a little insight of what we're about to talk about?
I saw a post that said, we need to stop lying to women, and you all are not going to find a good man. And that post is absolutely correct. And I'm going to tell you why. The reason why all women are not going to find a good man is because all women are not good people. And so why should all women be deserving of a quality partner if them themselves are not quality human beings? Now, this doesn't even mean that all good people find good people. But instead of you being concerned about finding a good partner, you should be more concerned about being a good person within yourself. And at that point, you can begin to attract the energy and the types of people that you deserve.
Thoughts, brothers? Anybody want to take the first lead on this one?
I think it's wonderful what she said. Here's the thing: you can't change the world around you. Sometimes you can change. The only person you can change is yourself and how you see things. And how you can't make other people do what you want them to do, but you can change yourself and maybe the perceptions of you. So I think what she said is right on point. So become. I said, they have different variations of that. Be the change. That you want to see. That kind of thing. So I think what she did was just improve yourself. Work on improving yourself, making sure that you become the person who is attractive to others. Work on yourself, improve yourself. Make yourself happy. Learn to make yourself happy. Learn to smile sometimes. That sort of thing. Make yourself happy. Nobody want to be with somebody else that doesn't, that's got a bad attitude. So, I feel on that.
But I think, Derik, I think it's actually subjective now. I think what I deem as a good man is not viewed as that in this era. And so I think we've got to establish what this era considers a good man. When I look at you men, I see good men. That's my estimation. I look at your families. They used to say you can look at a man's wife and tell what type of man he is. You can look at his children and tell what type of man he is. And that's why all 3 of you gentlemen I see as good men. Now, you're not.
Thank you, Kelvin. Thank you.
You're very well, and I don't say that loosely.
I know. What's your cash app for saying that?
Somebody today that's saying I want him to be on Instagram and I want him to walk around with his pants hanging down low. And I don't care if he has a job or not. He got swag and he got this, that, and the third, and he's a scammer. Or to some people it's subjective, and that's the problem. Because Derik, when you say good man, you probably are saying the same thing I'm thinking. But now, if you ask somebody to define a good man, somebody that's probably between 35 and under, or 18 to 35, the answers you get are probably gonna be frightening.
I think there are a lot of good men out there, though. You know what I mean? I think a lot of these brothers out here are good men. And I think that they're kind of getting passed over, because I don't know, like you said, maybe they don't fit a certain criteria.
Right, because I think when you say they're good men, you're saying it based on what you deem as a good man.
Yeah, just
what I'm saying. I don't know that they necessarily a lot of young women today. I don't know that they have an example for that anyway to look to see what a good man is.
No, to me, for the young chicks thinking if a man is spending, that's a good man. Not the time, not a quality, see what he's gonna be as a family man. Not that he's trying to build something to you. They would say, what can he do for me? To them is what a good man is.
You know what? I find that when people smile, it's like people are mirrors. I always like to say that people are like mirrors. You know what I mean? When you smile at a person, they tend to smile back. You know what I mean? They want to smile back. So if all you're getting around you, if you're looking around and you're not seeing good mates, you know what I mean? Then you got to check how you're carrying yourself in this world. So that's kind of where I'm coming from with it. When I just say work on your improvement. Work on your self improvement. You know,
she ain't mad about the
statement. I ain't mad at a statement. Yeah, exactly. You know,
no, I agree with a statement 100%. I think
corny, Simone. Yeah,
yeah, I think people have to fix themselves first before they can, find somebody that's compatible for them. And the other thing is too, what you attract is what you are. You know what I'm saying? Right. So the thing is, if you conducting yourself a certain way, then you'll attract a certain type of person. If you conducting yourself in a negative way, you're going to attract a certain type of person. So, I mean, I think I always looked at it like this. Like, I remember when I was dating and I looked at when I was, looking for certain women, I would look how they carried themselves. And then as soon as they didn't carry themselves in a way that I think that it would be a good look for me, and what I'm going to bring to the table, then I would stop checking for them because I would lose interest because that's not what I'm looking for. You know what I mean? And I think that, like I see on social media, women, posing in inappropriate ways or whatever. That's a man that's looking to wife somebody. He don't want his wife doing that on social media. He don't want his wife carrying herself like that. Right. So the way you behave is what you're going to attract. And if you behave in a negative way, certain guys are going to come and they're going to treat you in a negative way, But I do agree with what she's saying. Everybody's not going to get married. There's men that's not going to get married and because they're not husband material. And there's women that's not going to get married because they're not wife material.
Right.
And I think that when women ask me, oh, am I wife material? I think I'm wife material. Well, you don't determine that. The man that's going to marry you determines if you're wife material.
Right.
Yeah, and a lot of chicks when you ask them when they say I want a good man. Say what do you consider a good man? Now,
correct.
Are you that person? What you saying for that person? Like, are you at the same like when Kelvin you equally yoked, right? That's
equally yoked.
Are you ready? The stuff you're asking for, are you going to be equally yoked for that person?
No, that's not a major consideration. That's not because I see some of this stuff on YouTube and social media in the person. What do you want in a man? I want somebody that take care of me. I want somebody that this, that, and the third. And to be fair, I'm talking about people that are probably in their late teens, early to mid 20s.
Mm-hmm.
That's saying, you know what I'm saying? Because there was a time when a woman that was 22, 23, 24 was probably looking for her husband, and that time has passed. That's not today. That you got people that are 30 plus that are looking to clubs still for the next 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's not what it is, and I think what happens is when you have a discussion like this, people think you're trying to marginalize women. And that's not what I'm trying to do. What I'm saying is the reality of it is you have a lot of brokenness. And so I think people don't necessarily know. You got a lot of people that grow up today without fathers. So you're asking them to try to assign a value of an image of something that they don't see.
Correct.
There's no reference point. There's no paternal reference point. So what you deem as a man is when you walk around and you look at videos or you look at men in pop culture and you see what they're doing. And so that if you're basing it on that, there's certain things I look at and saw my mother do as it related to raising my sister and I and being married to my father that I relate to, that I look for certain things in that. Well, if you don't have a reference point, where do you find it at? If you ask somebody to act out a role they've never seen played, how do they do it?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. It's like, me and Dee, we were on a Clubhouse page and, and certain women were saying they're looking for a man. He's got to make this much. He's got to have this. He's got to have that. I didn't hear the word love, companionship, being able to spend time together, grow as a couple. None of that was being said. So to me, and some of these women that were saying that, they didn't make six figures themselves. So basically, you're looking for a come up.
I think the whole goddamn room didn't make six figures.
They didn't. They probably. I didn't want to say that. You said it. I didn't want to say it.
Oh, goddamn!
You making 20 grand yourself, but you're demanding that a man make six figures. Like most men that are making six figures is probably not going to F with you because they're going to be like, "Yo,
this say the word fuck, Rodney. Goddamn, we grown ass man."
Now you want to get him to get the scroll, right?
I don't want to be alone. This is my
you see that?
Right.
You were trying to be misery loves company. You see that? No, but the thing is, like, Dee knows what I'm talking about because he was there. And most of these women didn't meet those criteria that they were asking for. It just was unrealistic. But like you said, Kelvin, most of these people are like in their 20s you know, they're the late teens or whatever. And to me, in that age category, you shouldn't be getting married anyway in this day and time, because you're right. They don't know what marriage is. They haven't grown themselves. They haven't solidified themselves. So, you know, around late 30s, early 40s, that's when you should be trying to look, in this day and time, settle down.
Rod, I went on a date years ago. I was probably 30 years old. I'm sitting there telling the girl about who I am or whatever. I led with, I'm a homeowner and I have a master's degree. The girl said, "Have you ever shot a gun?"
Yeah, I remember you said that.
Like, you know what I'm saying? You know, and so, I mean, unless you thought I was Nas or somebody with that, I got myself a gun.
Yo, but remember the chick told me on the date to call her a bitch.
Yeah.
I was like, so, but, you know, there's a few comments I want to get to, man. I think Simone had a comment. Jamie, can you bring it back real quick?
Yeah, she said, women that carry themselves with class rarely get the time of day with men younger. I don't know.
When they're younger, I would agree with that.
That's what there goes Shauna's comment right there.
Yeah, these young people don't understand growing together.
Yeah,
they want to start at the top.
But to be fair, young women coming up, when they think they fly, the dude that is a nerd or whatever, he gets no. I mean, you know, I should tell people the worst time you can spend in high school is when you like in 9th grade, because the 10th grade girls want the 11th and 12th graders, and they want the upperclassmen, whatever like that, and nobody wants you or whatever like that. And so the boys that's trying to do their thing or going to school or playing by the rules, they get, because they lame, they corny, they whack, they whatever. And so that's it. I'm not talking about myself. I'm just saying.
Well, we said on the show before, the nerds are the bosses today.
Yeah, you know.
Right. The thing is, while you were dating and you were going crazy over the street dude and the bad boy, he's doing 18 years in jail, and that nerd is basically probably the president of some company, or he's got a really good job, because those are the guys that make the
now you want to try to, now that you don't went out there and swerved off the road, now you want this dude now to come and take a second look, and he's done with it.
The thing is, I always tell, like, you know, I talk to my daughter, my oldest daughter. I say, you look for a man with potential. Don't look for somebody ready-made. You look for somebody you can grow together with. You know what I'm saying? Because if the guy's ready-made, then me and D know he got options. He got mad options. So the thing is,
that's a stage thing too. That's a
stage thing.
You're saying that as it relates to her age, where she's at now. If somebody's 40 or plus, they both should probably be established now.
Correct.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, you gotta look for, like I said, if I meet a woman and I ain't got myself together and she's fully developed, she's fully grown, she's where she wants to be in her career, she's getting money, she's got a house, whatever, I'm not going to be that appealing to her, because she's not looking for somebody she's got to take care of. That's a dependent. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Here we go. People don't want to be selfless, compromise to build something beautiful. They think that getting marriage is the arrival instead of understanding it's the beginning of the journey.
Well, I tell you one thing: history has shown in the Black community that people that were married and built together went further than people that were single. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing is, like, you're stronger together than you are apart. You know. So.
And people and women also need to look at guys like you said before, like nerdy stuff, like laughing at the little silly jokes, accepting who, like, meeting them where they are, like. Okay, you like corny shit. I like laughing at those kind of little things. Those things build relationships. They want a lot of. The girl told me the other day, no lie.
Absolutely, Simone. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. She said female geeks and nerds aren't that popular either. Yeah, now I'm saying that's the thing. The geeks and the nerds, or whatever you want to call it, the intellectuals, they weren't. You know, when they're younger, you know, and they rising, they weren't popping. You know, on both genders. You know, they just aren't popping. You know, hopefully they find each other later.
Yo, the thing is, also, that, you know, Rod and I know this one young lady. I'm not gonna mention.
Don't say no names, D.
Not saying names, man. I'm not gonna say. But she said that she got a good dude. This dude would buy a house. He don't have a house currently, but he's working mad overtime. Want to move it in, doing all the, and he's not just saying it. He's also doing the actions. She said he don't have enough swag. Then he got upset. No lie. He gave her to get her nails done. He gave her $60 instead of $100, and it only cost $60 to get the nails done. I didn't understand what was the beef. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm not seeing something. Your guys tell me. Maybe I'm not the one.
Well, the thing is, how I look at it is like, okay, she said he has no swag. Okay, so that kind of tells me that she may not be fully attracted to him.
Right.
You know, and I'm not telling anybody to be with anybody that you're not attracted to, because I believe in chemistry. You know, if the chemistry is strong, then guess what? Everything else is going to come easy. You just got to work a little bit of things out. All we got to do is put some iron on the fabric and get these wrinkles out, and we're good. But in some cases, you may not be able to get all the wrinkles out because sometimes people just differ too much. But to me, I take it as though she wants a certain type of guy, and he's got to give her money, and he's got to have swag. Like that's the shit that's going to get you lonely with the cats in the house.
Yep, so Rod. Well, this is what I said. You don't want that swag guy. Like right now, me and Rod are older dudes. You don't want the young me and Rod in these streets.
No, you don't.
I'm gonna run you fucking crazy.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you. Like, you know, I got daughters now, and I worry all the time about my karma for some of the things that I've done.
You know
what I'm saying?
True that.
But you know, these right. Like you don't. I mean, like me and D been friends a long time. Long time ago. So you don't want to catch us. You don't want to catch us in our 20s. You know what I'm saying?
Swag only got a currency in one community, just like street credibility only matters in one place.
No, it's a white boy swag.
What I'm saying is this. So right now, and when we went out that day, what you see is this. You see a bunch of 20 and 30-something-year-old women who group together. They all hang out. Like Derik alluded to, people celebrate their birthday for the whole month and their whole sign, all stuff like that. Now, once you too old to be on Instagram, and once you too old or whatever, and once you 40-something years old in the same club with 20-year-olds and stuff like that, now when that time passed, that's all you built. That was all sustainable. Now, what do you think happens? So we're headed towards an era, and I'm going to be honest with you, people need to understand this. It's not equal when it comes to women and men. Dude could be 70 and have a kid. Dude could be 70 and be rich and get somebody 35. It's not the same thing. It's just the reality. It's unfair, but that's what it is. It's a double standard. So what I'm saying is, in 5-10 years, you're gonna have a bunch of people that was fly at 30 that's gonna be 40-something years old, and now the same people that wanted you because you was on Instagram, they just want somebody 20 years younger on Instagram.
Oh yeah.
That's what it's about. That's it.
Yep.
Simone, Jamie, can bring up Simone's last comments and make sure we get all the comments.
She had a really good comment. She said she got teased for being smart in school when I was growing up. Because of that, I thought about dumbing myself down in order to fit in.
That happens a lot. That happens a lot. And
it does. It does. My advice is stay true.
Yeah, stay true to yourself. And I'm glad
stay true to yourself, no matter what, because you're going to get the last laugh long term.
Yep. And always play big. Always be in a room big. I always got to show up on my natural self and everything.
And another thing too, like we as people, we have to understand and pay attention to the circles that we keep. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're around a whole bunch of people that down you because you're smart, that's not the circle you should be in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you need to find people that are smart, intelligent like you. So you're like-minded, and like I said, sometimes it leads to things. But if you're with a group that you're trying to fit in with that ain't your group, and you're the smartest person in the group, you should be smart enough to say, this ain't my group. I need to move on.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I try to stay in smart groups myself, you know.
But you think about when you were in high school, you know, the smart didn't have as much value as the swag. So the people that was popular and winning prom queen and homecoming queen and king or whatever like that weren't necessarily valedictorians and salutatorians. They were just people that were popular.
Correct.
So as a result, people go after that. That's what people see. And then the other thing is men a lot of times are visual, which impairs your judgment. You know what I'm saying? So men don't require women to have the same level of, you know, success or whatever like that. Some guys just want somebody that can be on their arm that looks attractive, and they think that's part of their success, like having the car they want or something.
Well, if you base a woman based on arm candy, there'll be consequences for that as well.
No question. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But I mean, when you think of the makeup of the average man, it's the Venus flytrap. No matter how many times you've seen it, you know. Then we just cover an NBA player who paying $200,000 a month or whatever for some Instagram model or whatever.
And look, yeah, he's paying the consequences for that.
He's paying the consequences. That's it.
Literally, he's paying the consequences.
And I think D said he now with somebody else who's the exact same, just a different.
So he don't get it. So he'll be paying another $200,000.
Right. And Shonda said it best. I know Jamie in the comments. She said like, we all. Yeah, there we go.
But we were all young and dumb at some point. Yeah,
that's a big fact. But we try to school the youngins now, man.
Correct.
Young people, check us out. Show the young people this podcast, man, so we can school them now. Don't make the mistakes we did. Because I wasted a lot of money on hair weaves and nails. I'll tell you
that much. not for yourself, right?
No. But listen, for Halloween,
because you got to clarify that now.
You need to clarify. He said I spent a lot of money on hair weave and nails. You got to say. You got to clarify that.
Not for my own personal use.
There you go.
For women and stuff like that. I done spent a lot of $40 a lot of chicks over the years. So I just want to make sure that I clarify that. But however, for Halloween, I am thinking about getting a hairpiece. If I'm asking you guys later on off camera, anybody want to get down with it? If we go to anybody invite me to a Halloween party?
No, you don't have to ask me off camera. I can tell you right now. No, I ain't with it.
Come on, yo, son, we could go as an old hip hop group, man.
No hair. I put a hat on, but I'm not putting on no hairpiece.
Oh, that's that bullshit, man. I thought you was my ride or die.
No, not in that case.
God damn.
No hair pieces, no dresses, none of that.
Nah, I ain't fucking with no dresses.
Yeah.
We could do a Steve Harvey.
Steve Harvey's ball now. Okay, we can do that.
Yo, y'all can rock Kid and Play. Do the Kid and Play joint.
Yo, Rob, we're gonna talk off camera, man. We might have to do that shit. We gotta find a Halloween party and shit though. There's not too many of them going on.
Yeah.
So anyway, a lot of shit. I hope a lot of people wear the mask. A lot of after 2020, a lot of ugly back in the street. I work in East New York. There's a lot of ugly motherfuckers out there.
I'll go my man right here.
My man, he got the PJs on. Yo, he really like a ghost on with the big PJs.
My man got mad room in those PJs. Mad room.
Word.
Oh, man.
He comfortable.
Yo, point, man.
At least he coordinated.
Yeah. You know what I want to see so bad? I want him to come out one day and say to Derik, "You ain't finished with that show yet." What is going on? You guys are messing up my flow down here.
Oh shit! That would be funny as hell if you did say.
Yeah.
Something. If he said some words, it'd be hilarious. He's like that little baby on The Simpsons. He never said no word.
Yeah.
He's just show up in the scenes and shit. You know what I'm saying? Word up. Anyhow, man, we're gonna talk about some black stuff now, man. Some black stuff going on. Philadelphia to pay $2 million to black women beaten by officers separated from toddler during unrest in Philadelphia. So this lady was driving. This is a nurse's aide, I believe, getting off work early in the morning. I believe it was early in the morning. And she was driving, and she ran to this protest of this young brother named, what was his brother name? He was getting in Philadelphia. Golly, I can't skip my name. Walter Wallace Jr. For the protest of the cops. And she was making a 3-point turn. And the cops came and bashed the windows in. I think they had to go down to the precinct, and they separated her young toddler and her nephew from them for several hours. And it was all misunderstanding. Well, they say it's a misunderstanding. But Rodney, you probably know more on the story because you was in this line of work. I'm gonna let you go first on this one, right?
No, the thing is, if there was a protest going on, and she said that she accidentally went down the street, and then basically realized she ran into a protest and tried to turn the car around, and then that's when it came over and bust the windows out, yelling at her, whatever. But why didn't you have the street blocked off where no cars could come down there, and this would be avoided? That's what barricades are for.
Good. You're right about that, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So this is clearly a problem with whoever set up the detail for the protest.
The sergeant got fired, right? The sergeant got fired.
Yeah, they canned a couple of them, and because like I said, you cost their city. This was in Philadelphia. They cost them $2 million. So yeah, you're gonna be out of a job. But overzealous, and obviously, if a car was able to get down a street during a protest, then that means that street wasn't secured. It wasn't able. You allow cars that came down there. Somebody dropped the ball, and that's the bottom line. Now, if she crashed through the barricades, that would be a different story. But that's not the case here. So I can see why she had a valid lawsuit. And then the other thing too, I think the mayor or the police commissioner, they condemned their behavior.
Yep, you're right.
So once you see the mayor and the police commissioner going against you, it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Even if they got a Pat Lynch on their team, it's still a wrap.
Well, it doesn't matter. Pat Lynch can't save your job if they want to fire you. He can't save your job.
Oh, okay.
So where's the union on that type of
That's
thing?
what I'm saying. Yeah,
yeah. I mean, they're going to fight for you. They're going to provide legal representation for you. Yeah. But if the job city wants to fire you and they got grounds to fire you, you will be fired. That's it. You know, you got to understand, like, the union is more of a facade than anything. You know what I'm saying? They pretend like they got your back, and you know they're gonna fight to the end for you. I mean, you know how many cops are on the unemployment line permanently, and the union couldn't get them their jobs back? You know, it's just they have to represent you. You pay union dues. You know,
it's a sad situation, man. I'm just tired of it, man. Like, you're right. It's just sloppy policing, and I don't know what to say to her, Rodney, because like even with the Department of Corrections in New York is sloppy right now with what's going on at Rikers Island, people are dying, the suicides up. Like, I don't know what's going on in law enforcement now. Like, how you make a mistake? Like, you obviously, I mean, you have years of experience, but you're absolutely right. When you think about the common sense, it was a protest. Why was that street closed up? Why didn't you want more people to join the protest and cops? Because we saw what happened in Charlottesville when the guy came barreling through. Like, why didn't you have that?
Correct. You have to block when you have people marching or protesting. You have to cut the traffic off in that area. You can't have people driving through that area.
That's deep, man.
So, like I said, obviously she did make a mistake, and then so did they.
And well, actually, she tried to correct.
And then she tried to correct it, and they flipped out on her. Yeah.
Yeah, and she's a nice young lady, man. They saw it. Like, if people get to see the video, check it out. You see, just Google it, and you see this. There's a total like botched job by the police department.
Yeah,
well, I'm glad she's got some money for it. I was just wondering, because I hear so many cases of the police union doing this, that, and the third, and you know, and protecting the police. You know, even like some really egregious cases. You know what I mean? And it seems that they're effective. I was just curious, why were they ineffective in this situation? You know, if there was something else coming down the road. You know, but I'm very happy that the sister got some form of financial justice on this, though. Very, very happy.
Yeah, but like I said, once the police commissioner, the mayor, they condemn you, you're out of there.
Man, the rap. I'm glad. Well, and more lawsuits. A Michigan father files a $1 million suit after teacher cuts his biracial daughter's hair. And I think we have a video there. Jamie, go to the video for us, please.
Mid-Michigan dad that is now taking his daughter's school district to court. Jason Carr joins us now in the carport with the reason why.
Good morning. He is suing for $1 million after his daughter's hair was cut at school by a staff member earlier this year. The suit was filed against Mount Pleasant Public Schools, a librarian and a teacher's assistant. It alleges the rights of 7-year-old Journey Hoffmeyer, who is biracial. Her rights were violated. But of the girl's long curls, the suit also claims racial discrimination and ethnic discrimination, as well as assault and battery. And the 7-year-old girl had asked a library employee for the haircut, but the father says staff should have picked up the phone before picking up the scissors. The girl's dad says her hair was cut twice at school in March. The district says it reprimanded 3 employees involved with the haircut.
They kind of brush it off as an incident that kind of just happens. Well, it doesn't just kind of happen that a child goes to school and teaching staff decides to cut her hair. The environment and the culture at Mount Pleasant School District obviously needs to change, because there's no way that a school district in 2021 should think that cutting a minor child's hair at school is not a big deal.
It's a huge deal.
Huge deal. Cut that girl hair, man, go like a middle-aged old white man too. That's messed up, man. Cut that girl. But why? And why is it a thing? I gotta sit in the white person's head sometimes. Why is your thing so obsessed with hair of our people? I mean, even if this girl's a biracial girl, but why they love touching our hair, cutting our hair? What's in the psyche of these motherfuckers?
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's
and as a parent, like, let me go with you guys, right? I'm gonna leave with y'all because I know what I would have did. You two guys are parents. What would you guys would have did first?
You always know what you would have did quick.
No, I know what I did. But
$1 million is not nearly enough compensation for cutting that child's hair and keeping me from whooping that ass. All right. You know what I mean? Yeah, I've heard of teachers at daycare such as fixing the child's hair, not cutting. No, fixing is something different. But cutting, listen, man, that's beyond the pale. First of all, I don't want to hear all of that. Oh, well, she said she wanted her hair cut. She's a child. You know, the same. You know,
But nobody's a salon expert. You first you got to notify the parent. Hey, your daughter's going to haircut. She keeps asking for a haircut. You tell her, you write that in a note the next day. Say, sweetie, let me talk to your parent. You write in a note. You call the parent.
Because that's a child. They don't know no better. You know, they want to. You know, they don't know no better. You can't go by it. Yeah, please understand that ass whooping. What popped up? Listen, that would have been epic. You know what I mean? That. Oh my God. You know. Anybody who knows my wife, oh my God.
Yeah, we'd have bail money. We'd have our bail money ready for.
Nah, you know, you'd need a bail money for me too. Because,
I know that's right.
They wouldn't. I mean, if that happened to any of my children, there wouldn't be a lawsuit.
No.
Because the thing is, I would be up there waiting in the parking lot. I would actually be like premeditated about the shit.
Yeah, word.
I would lay for the teacher to come outside. I would be acting all calm. They wouldn't even see it coming. But and I'm gonna cut their hair too.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I'm gonna show up with some clippers.
We got better money.
Because everybody everybody getting haircuts now. Since we
everybody getting haircuts. I'll be out there with my clippers and my drape. Yeah, we cutting hair. Everybody's getting a haircut today. No, don't touch your cell phone now. No, don't call nobody now.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'll be like, I have my drape out in the parking lot, my clippers. Yeah, we're gonna take it back in the days. Everybody's getting a Caesar.
You're right,
with a straight razor.
With a straight razor.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you. I'll tell you something, and this is interesting. And I go to church. I go to different places. I don't touch people's kids. I don't.
No, you're not supposed to.
Yeah. I don't like little kids come up to me, whatever. I don't pick them up.
Yeah,
in other words, you don't play when it comes to people's kids. Like, I don't understand what makes people think that's okay. My mother used to get on us for doing something to our own hair. Okay, like when I was a kid, I'm playing around and I might have given myself a bald spot. I got in trouble for that. So I can imagine somebody else. You know what I'm saying? And so at the end of the day, I do think they're going to get paid. I don't know how much they're going to get paid, but I do think they are going to get paid. And I think that's devastating to do that to the child because you're making that child feel. First of all, this anybody that would float the narrative that the child asked for that would be the stupidest narrative. That would make you guilty right there. Would the child say she just want to go and walk with no clothes on? Would the child say she just want to eat, ice cream for breakfast? In other words, you don't let a child, dictate. That's why we send them to school because you're supposed to have some sense as an educator. What
if the child had told you to go in your pocketbook and give them all your money? Would you have did that?
Right.
You wouldn't have did that.
Right.
So
then you want to use
ridiculous.
Right.
But that's when they have no answer, so they got to create a talking point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the thing is, you got to think of the mentality of a school aide or a teacher that would actually do that. You got to realize that's not a stable-minded person. So that would scare me even more. That my kids are going to a school where there's crazy people in the school.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. You gotta get your own. We gotta get our own schools. You can't let them keep raising our kids and stuff like this happen.
It's insanity, man.
But it gets happen every few months. White people in hair. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I mean, Rod, you told me a while ago, long time.
I knew you was going to say that. Go ahead. It's very important to them.
So it's very important to them. Rodney will explain to. I'm gonna let Rodney tell the story, but Rodney told me a long time ago. It's very important to them, especially with white men when it comes to hair. And they think like all of us on there, Kelvin, you holding on to what little bit you have, are very bold.
I get.
Let it go. Just let it go.
That's the light. That's the light, dude.
So Rodney, go ahead, tell what you.
No, it's just that when I worked at my job, like hair was like really big to the white guys. Like them losing their hair was like one of their biggest fears. So like in our
yeah, we're gonna go back to those comments. We're gonna let Rodney finish, so we're gonna go back to those comments.
In the patrol hat, they would actually, there was a plastic piece in the patrol hat that you could actually stick a card in it or whatever. They would rip the plastic piece out because they believed that plastic piece was making them bald.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And then when you shaved your head, like if you were legitimately going bald and like I shaved my head, they would look at that as extreme. They were like, wow, you shaved your head. But two things that the white guys at work, they were big on hair and commute. That's all they cared about. But they losing their hair was like was huge. It was like this thing that they were just dreading. It was the end of the world for them.
And tell them I think that we were so bold that we shaved our heads bald.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like when we shaved our head, they look at you like, "Yo, you shaved your head? Like, what were you thinking?" I was thinking I was going bald, dude. That's what I was thinking. And I'm not gonna fight like you. What do you want me to get a toupee? Then you'll be laughing at me. I'm walking around in here with a toupee on.
Yeah, hey, we're gonna get those Steve Harveys for Halloween.
You're gonna get the Steve Harvey for Halloween. I'm gonna be the bald Steve Harvey.
Yo, we could go like that. Before and after Steve Harvey's.
Jimmy Cinnabon.
No, you gonna be Les Brown. You Les Brown and he's Steve Harvey.
I'm gonna be Showtime with the Paulo Steve Harvey with the big suit.
With the long suits. With the zoot suits.
Rodney.
Oh my God.
Me and Rodney, baby. Let me see what else got. I'm sorry, if I'm rubbing my eyes, something got in my eye. I swear my eye is burning right now. Usain Bolt offered some words of advice to Sha'Carri Richardson. I believe, Sam, I'm paraphrasing, and anybody could correct me in this. He told her basically, like, instead of focus on running, instead of being on talking junk, practice more and do that stuff and showing your work. And I think she should have shot back at him and said he should have said that like behind closed doors. I'm paraphrasing. If anybody want to correct me that what Zach said, please go ahead. Thoughts?
Yeah. I think what he said was less talking, more practicing or something like that. And then she responded, I think she said, how come you didn't say it? You don't say it when you see me or whatever. You tweeted it or something like that.
Yep.
I think that was the issue.
I'll be honest with you. I'm going to say this honestly. And I wound up getting into a big discussion about this.
Train more, less talk.
More, talk less,
I got into a discussion with two Jamaican women that I know. And,
Lord have mercy.
And and I'll say this. Him being Jamaican and making the comment to the American athlete who lost to Jamaicans was going to be probably considered to be maybe a little inflammatory. Like I could see now if Carl Lewis would have said it or something like that, because what he said was right, but what he said was obvious. Everybody knows that at this point. You don't sit there and get beat down and just sit there and talk crap. You know what I'm saying? And so I think the fact that he probably is rooting for the people, obviously from his country or whatever like that, it probably looks like, whatever. Because what he said was obvious, which is what other people have said. I just wish this young lady had somebody in her corner who could reel her in. She has had a horrible year. She has had a horrible year. Everything is spiraled downward. And yes, she does need to go back to try to see if she can recapture the career that she started, because she has not had a great career. She's won a couple of races. That's it. And to be honest with you, she's treading on that thing about possibly being a bust. She's treading on that one-hit wonder territory. Because if you keep losing, eventually it's going to be like, okay, it's not a training issue. It's not whatever. You're more popular for this social media stuff than you are for winning. If you don't have gold medals and all this stuff like that, you don't, and she used to say she's the 6th fastest woman of all time, whatever like that. What have you done for me lately? And everybody else is passing her by. And she hasn't just gotten beat. She's gotten beat like she was standing still. And so as a result, what I would do is I wouldn't let anything come out of my camp anymore. I'd be very, very humble. I'd let everybody else do the talking. And then what you do is you perform. You get back on that track and just see where it is. But right now, everything is bad. Usain Bolt, if I were him, I would not have said that. I made that comment at this time because it's going to be thought of as adding fuel to the fire or just another log on the fire.
You know what, though? Here's the thing. When you have to expect it when you carry yourself and you talk big like that, all right? People are going to come for you. People are going to say something. If she would have won, she would have got all the glory. Hey, I told you what I was going to do, and I went out and do it. So now you go out and you fall short. Guess what? People are going to remember what you said. You know what I mean? So now he gets to talk. And he says, listen, let's talk more training. He gets to talk. And yeah, it's obvious and all of that, but it is what it is at this point. She can get angry about it or she can use that as motivation. You know,
right? You're right. But this was my point, and maybe I'm looking at it wrong. When she lines up against the Jamaican athletes, who do you think he's rooting for?
Oh, he's rooting for the
Jamaicans. Absolutely.
Right. So what are you encouraging her to do? Beat them?
Yes.
No, he's not.
He's
not encouraging her to beat them.
No.
He probably doesn't want them to beat her to beat them. So when you're saying that, it almost looks like it is just to be saying something in the view of the public.
And here's the thing. He doesn't have to care now. Because of how she carried herself and because of how she spoke, he doesn't have to care. He doesn't feel as though he has to hide it or be classy or anything like this.
I don't think he even cared I don't think he cared. In other words, I think he would the Jamaican people I know are very, very loyal to their flag, right? And so they all feel, and this girl got toasted by the Jamaican girl, and that was what it was. Right. So for the most storied Jamaican athlete to come out as if he's giving words of advice or encouragement to somebody that he's clearly not in her corner, probably, it looks bad. That's what I'm thinking.
I don't think that he was against her. And that's the difference. There's a difference between rooting for someone and rooting against another person.
I don't think I used the word against. If I did, I stand corrected because I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is it's almost like when you see a bunch of kids competing against your kid, you're like, good luck, everybody. You don't mean good luck for them to do better than your child. You just mean
if I'm from New York and I'm watching an athlete from New York, I'm rooting for the guy from New York. You know what I mean? That's just, but if the other guy from DC or whatever is talking trash and whatever, you know what I mean? And he opens that door, right? You just gotta, the door's open. You gotta expect something's gonna walk in there. You know what I mean? So, that's my point.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna go. The producer Jamie want to make us aware that we're saying that he said that her comments was shit talking inspired the Jamaicans, the competitors, to compete harder. And also he said that Usain Bolt is coming out with an album, and people accusing him of trying to be trending. So I guess he's gonna make the next hot.
So that's my point. So at the end of the day, what I'm saying is where it looks like you are giving words of encouragement, technically you just are saying something and getting back out there, and everybody knows he's a storied competitor. But my point is, at the end of the day, she knows this could have been said to her privately. Now, she got up there and did that press conference and didn't congratulate the winners the way she should have. And she didn't handle losing properly.
Right.
And she has made more news off the track than on it lately. You see what I'm saying? So as a result, the problem is you want to be in a position where you stop letting the noise come out of your camp. Every time she opens her mouth, something negative is happening and she's not winning. Track and field, like sports, is a results business. That's it. I don't care what type of sneaker you have. I don't care what type of endorsement you have. The results are you winning or are you losing? And as an individual sport, as much as it's a team sport, and you are getting beat in that lane by yourself.
Yeah, and also, I want Jamie, can you go with some of the comments? Let's go start with Sean and work our way down. If his doping was allegations are true. So we'll start with that comment, Jamie. Yeah, so I mean, it might be something to that because they said the weed might mask some of the doping stuff. So it might be something to that now because she ain't losing by coming in second place. She getting smoked.
Yeah. I said something about Sha'Carri Richardson.
That's true, Tim. You need the LeBron. You need a Maverick in this thing.
Yeah, I said something about Sha'Carri Richardson on a previous show, and I gave her a lot of credit because I did. I thought at the time she was a phenom. I thought she was going to do very well or whatever. And unfortunately, I'm going to take all of that back today. I am. I'm going to take it all back. The thing is, what I see in Sha'Carri Richardson now is that she's reacts very emotionally, right? And she responds to everything, and sometimes things shouldn't be responded to unless you're going to use it for motivation. I don't think that Usain Bolt meant to like motivate her. I think he was kind of saying, in my opinion, that he's saying basically you need to shut your mouth because you're losing, but you're getting all this attention. And it goes to show you how society's changing because we're giving the loser so much attention when those sisters that actually worked hard, raced, won, we're not even really talking about them. We're talking about the loser. And I got a problem with that in sports because in competition, it's like what Kelvin said, you win, then you win. That's what that gets you results.
Yep.
The thing is, Usain Bolt won, I think, 8 gold medals. I think he's the fastest man in the world or whatever. I think he's worth like millions and millions of dollars. I mean, Usain Bolt can make these type of comments. He's basically proven who he is. You know what I'm saying? Now, but the thing is, if Sha'Carri Richardson continues to lose, I'm going to say there was never much there in the first place. Mm-hmm. You know, and I really feel that way. She has yet to prove herself. And the thing is, too, if you think true competitors like the Jamaican women that are sitting home, seeing all this attention that Sha'Carri Richardson was getting, if you're a true competitor, that's going to fuel you.
Yeah,
that's going to fuel you. And you're going to come out there and I'm going to say, I'm going to dust her to cease all this talking. She cannot behave in this way that she's been behaving. She has to display some sportsmanlike conduct. You know what I mean? And I agree with Kelvin. She needs to be quiet now until she can win. Right. She threw away millions of dollars by losing these races.
You know what? She got a target on her back too, an athletic target on her back. They can't afford to lose her anymore. A lot of people don't realize that she lost to LSU not long after getting there. All right, yeah. You know,
I think my thing with that is this is how America controls the media, right? Right, what you said, the Jamaican sisters get more light, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it goes back, like you said, losers shouldn't get no press, get this big on press. It's a squeaky. It's always saying squeaky wheel gets the oil, right?
Yeah.
And that's grease, they just get the grease, right? So it's like these losers. Like let's look Tim Tebow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? These guys, these kind of people get this kind of press and they put on these pedestals. America controls that media outlet. The Jamaican team should have all these commercial endorsements. Maybe
yes, they
should be on the Wheaties box.
And
all that kind of shit. You know,
wait a minute. Those are Jamaican athletes that's representing their country. That I don't know that resonates here. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like the Jamaican population is big in New York and certain major cities, but I don't know that the Jamaican athletes should be featured.
Lance Armstrong. I can keep on going.
What about him?
Lance was he American? Oh, he is American, right? Oh,
right. And Tim Tebow won the national championship in football.
The tennis right.
For the Gators.
But listen, you're talking about Jamaica now, and Usain Bolt got a lot of light here. You know what I mean? So he did well here. You know,
very well.
What I'm saying is this. This is my point. What happened was this girl came on the scene, and the girl was winning. Right? The girl is not polished. The girl does not have any decorum. The girl doesn't have any etiquette training and all stuff like that. So we recognize that. So she handled it wrong, right? We get that. Yeah, she handled it wrong. But what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, if you take a star from the opposition's team or the history of the opposition's team, is going to be viewed differently. That's what I'm saying. He may genuinely be giving her good advice because it's sound advice. Sometimes we don't take the advice based on where it's coming from.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And that's on her. And that's on her. It's not his job to make her take that advice. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter what it doesn't even matter what his intentions were. If the truth is the truth, it's always the truth. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter how you get it, you know? So he turned around, he told her the truth, and she's got to accept it. She's got to put it in put it into practice.
Well, I always tell you something. It depends on where the truth is coming from. I'll give you an example.
To her, but
to a lot of people. I'll give you an example. So let's say
not to them,
So
that's a rivalry.
So Derik, your son being a kid or something like that. Let's say you're out there and you just giving them ice cream or something, and somebody comes by and say, "I don't think you should give him that because there's a lot of sugar." What do you say?
Mind your fucking business.
Yeah, right now, a person comes by.
Why can't Ron get the scroll?
Rodney, somebody comes by and sees you with your son and say, "Hey, I just want to let you know they got a sale down there on some brand new sneakers or something like that. May be good for your son." What do you say?
I say, okay, thank you. I might check it out.
So the two people said two things that might be true. It is how they presented. It is what basically one thing you didn't want to hear and one you did want to hear. So what I'm saying is what I'm saying is the truth In other words, it doesn't always matter if it's the truth. It's how a person perceives the information.
All right, but what if Rodney and I are rivals? Like I'm saying, so it's like, here's like the thing. I get what you're saying. Kelvin. I get what you're saying. I'm just saying it doesn't even freaking matter because of how she carried herself.
Right? No, I agree. You know listen, I'm saying like this. She better come up with a win. Because I'm being honest with you, I don't think you can teach speed. I don't know that she can. Them Jamaican girls set records. I don't know that she can beat them girls.
Kelvin, I'm telling you right now.
You can't beat them.
I am confident that she is not going to beat those girls.
That's it.
Confident that she is not going to beat those girls.
Qualify 3 years from now for the gold.
That's what I'm saying. See, in other words, that's why I'm saying all this work harder and be humble. Let me say something. You can work hard and be humble and face Michael Jordan, and you was gonna lose. And Michael Jordan can talk about your wife and your family and motivate you, and you was gonna lose.
But here's the thing: we don't know what maybe it's her mental state. I don't know what it is because everyone thought she was the greatest thing since sliced bread for him. And whatever it is that she did, maybe that changed her or whatever. And
well, so she bought into it, and I remember. Like I said, after I said on the show how great she was or whatever, I remember seeing a guy on I think ESPN, and he ran it down when he produced the times of those Jamaican girls and produced the times of Sha'Carri Richardson. Sha'Carri Richardson never had times even close to theirs. So the thing is, if you did your research on times and the races, it was actually no comparison. And I wish I had that information before I made that statement about Sha'Carri Richardson. But the Jamaican girls' numbers, and numbers don't lie, they were blowing Sha'Carri Richardson's numbers off the field.
Yo, Jamaica is ascendant in track and field.
Correct.
Just deal with it.
I kind of feel that Sha'Carri Richardson is going to be a bust. Like you said, Kelvin, she's going to be a bust.
That's gonna be bad because guess what? She's gonna be a bust and she's gonna be broke because, like D said, she missed the window. She missed her window.
Correct. The thing is, he gave her good advice, and she got emotional, and then she clapped back because being sensitive and emotional, you're gonna make bad decisions, and she continued.
This era really needs to stop with the clap back thing. Sometimes this whole clap back thing sometimes is overdone.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree.
Sometimes you just need to take the L, and that's it.
That's what I'm saying. Just take the L and be quiet.
Yeah, let's finish this out, brother. Because we got some more topics here. I want to make sure we get to because we getting close to the late hour here. Lil Nas X not pandering to kids or parents. I think Lil Nas X basically saying he tried to use the Charles Barkley thing. I am not what you call it? What Charles Barkley said? I'm not a role model. Not a role model.
I think Lil Nas X went past that. He went past that.
Straight up, I'm not trying to be facetious or funny. Is Lil Nas X an investor in this show? Like I don't know. Like does he? I'm just curious. Does he have an interest in this show? And I'm telling you, if I hear about Lil Nas X again, I'm gonna take my own life. That's the first thing.
Listen, and that's why he does it, man.
That's why he does it. That's exactly why he does it. Yeah. It's not about talent. It's not about talent with him. It's about shock value. That's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? He just keeps doing things that's going to create some type of stir so that we will talk about him. And you're right. We need to maybe sit at the next meeting and decide if we're going to talk about Lil Nas X again on this show.
What did he say? Fuck them kids or fuck your kids or something like that, man?
He said, fuck your kids. That's what he said.
Yeah.
No,
do we have the video?
I can't believe he would do something like that.
Yeah, not Lil Nas X.
Especially since he probably mean it literally.
Yeah, he said he's coming. You say anything, here comes the mob. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, you got one. Yeah. Kelvin, my brother.
Oh yeah, Kelvin, you got one. Congratulations, Kelvin.
Thank you, brother.
Congratulations.
I'm not alone, man.
He's going to reap what he's sowing. Absolutely.
Correct. He will reap what he's sowing.
It's coming.
When the industry's finished with him and he's not that hot no more, they will dispose of him. That's what's going to happen.
Not even Barkley said that.
Yeah. Because Nas X know he's never gonna make a record that big again.
No,
he's gonna have some decent songs, but never. It's like trying to. Well, Michael Jackson he made Thriller, he made joints that was close, but Thriller was that album, man. So he's never going to get to a Thriller level. We get close to it, but I don't. Little Nas X.
Okay, look, I got to do. To be fair, I got to do what I just did to Derik. I know we didn't just mention Michael Jackson and Lil Nas X in the same time.
No.
Excuse me, guys. Excuse me.
Right. No, I'm saying I know we just didn't mention. I thought he said something about Thriller. I thought he mentioned Thriller.
No, I'm saying Michael Jackson had a big Thriller record. Remember how big Thriller was, right? And he made some good albums after that, great albums after that, but nothing to Thriller. That's okay.
Can we use Bobby Brown as an example instead? Can we just say we know, my prerogative? Don't be cruel.
Yeah. Okay. Let's use Bobby Brown. He won't have a "Don't Be Cruel" type of album. If Shauna's still on the show, Shauna was a big Bobby Brown fan. I want to bring that up anyway. I love Bobby. Oh, and they got Speaking of Bobby Brown, there's the kid from the Wu-Tang movie. He's gonna be playing Bobby Brown next biopic with Whitney Houston. So.
Right. Oh, see, now he said Lil Nas X is this generation's Madonna. I think he has a chance of having a long career, unfortunately.
Okay, now I got to do what he said was or whatever. I know we didn't just put Lil Nas X and Madonna.
I'm an indie fan. I remember Shabbat. Heard up. I remember Shabbat. Now Madonna. I mean, the controversy. The person who, what's the name of the person again? Let me see the name. What was said? So Little Nas X. I mean, I can see it. Like we said on the show, Madonna was to do a lot of controversial stuff. I don't think he has as much talent as Madonna though. That's the only thing.
That's and listen, that's the sad part. That and Madonna was not incredibly talented. Let's just call it what it is. You know what I mean?
And no, I gotta say Madonna's talented, and also Madonna got a different complexion and make her last a little longer.
That's too. Yeah, you got to do that.
And it's hip hop, and then when you come to hip hop, after a while, in this generation, they're not as strong how we follow all our old artists from back in the day. We were just talking about Earth, Wind, and Fire. We love our old artists. This generation, you might get 3, 4, 5 year run if you super talented. You might the Drake or
it's a good question. Who's going to be the holdovers? Who's going to be the generational talent from this era?
I don't think there is one.
No, I don't see any.
J. Cole, he got a good following. Kendrick, but
maybe
not
Drake. Drake's going to have some hits.
Drake. Let me move on to the next topic there, though, for you guys. Wendy Williams tests positive for a breakthrough COVID case of COVID-19. So I think Wendy Williams, I guess I was confused. I thought before she was getting the vaccine. Did she get the vaccine? I'm not sure, guys.
She got the vaccine.
She got the vaccine. Because I remember before she was speaking out hard against it. So, thoughts?
Yeah, I was under the impression that she got the vaccine as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I understand.
I'm trying not to let the enemy.
She's fully vaccinated.
I'm trying not to say something so bad.
I'm looking at the clock like just a little bit more. There's no more commercials, anything.
I thought she was a stunt dummy for the test to see what happened. That's what happened to her face.
Oh,
maybe the shit might make her look like more like a woman lately if she get it. I mean, I just don't look like she was like she's.
All you gotta do is put it up there near the rim.
Yeah. Once D saw that we wasn't going to do it, he said, "I'll do it."
I just lobbed it. I lobbed it.
She is not a pretty woman.
No,
she's not. I'm serious. I don't know. Wendy Williams. I mean, but anyway, thoughts on Wendy Williams, man?
Hey, COVID can't kill no crackhead.
I'm out. Yo, for real. Yo, you ain't lying about that shit. Crackhead can go through everything. Crackhead get stabbed, shot.
Derik, you got a few more minutes. Join us, Derik. You got a few more minutes.
Rodney got it. Yes, sir. Right up, man. Come on. You gotta be by yourself, man. You gotta be on the island by yourself tonight, Derik.
Come on, Derik. Come on, jump in.
You can do it.
Oh, man. I can't do it, man. I got that gear.
Say something about boxing. Say something about boxing.
They gonna talk about boxing, right?
The Derik wife gonna get this thing.
I was thinking that.
Give his wife that shit right there.
Give it to Derik's wife. He gotta get it. They got it.
Oh, man.
Give it to Derik's wife. She gonna sub in for him to get that damn banner. Heard up. Right. We're gonna call a timeout, and then we're gonna bring his wife in to get that banner for him. Man. But I mean, I hope Wendy Williams. But I think she's back on TV, right? I'm not sure if these are repeats. I saw something today. I don't know if she's on TV. I have no idea if she's back or she's still sick. Oh, it's repeats. Jamie just said it's repeats. Yeah, so I guess she's home sick with it, man. We wish her the best. Hope COVID makes you look. Hope you make you better. Hope you get better from COVID. Sorry, the devil's trying to use me tonight. The devil's trying to use me.
Just hold your mouth like I'm doing.
I can't, Rodney. I can't. Anyhow, Wendy, we wish you the best. Right? Damn.
Yes, absolutely. Tremendous legacy. What would gossip have been? What did the internet be without Wendy Williams? So, one of the pioneers.
When you base your career on slandering people, there is such a thing.
You can say whatever you do, be the best at it, and she was.
That's true.
But the world is round, and karma came back on that ass.
It came right back around.
Yes, and I wish her the best through a divorce and everything like that. And I wish her the best for a son. I know son was going through a lot with that. Everything. What that son must have witnessed in that house. I feel bad for you, brother. You know what I'm saying? I really feel bad for that brother. And I wish the young man a healthy recovery from what he's gone through before. Ja Rule, right? That's what we had, Jamie. Ja Rule resurrects his career with his verses against Fat Joe. People didn't see it last week. Ja Rule and Fat Joe went at it for the best of the best 20 songs and verses. I thought it was very entertaining. I think Ja Rule is. I think verses actually helped his career out. Now opened up to a whole bunch of generation that know about his hits. To see that the brother's still in good shape. It was entertaining him and Fat Joe. I loved it. I was thoroughly entertained. It wasn't my best verses, but it was very good to me.
I didn't think it was a match before it happened, but it looked like they worked it out.
Right. I agree too. I didn't think that. I don't think Fat Joe had a chance to begin with.
Yeah.
Like I say, we know that 50 Cent hurt Ja Rule's career and all that. But the bottom line is, when you look at his catalog, Ja Rule has a solid catalog. He's got a solid catalog. There was a lot of hits during Ja Rule's time, Yeah. And the thing is too, when you watch the verses, it reminds you of actually how many hits he actually has.
Right.
Yeah. Ja Rule's always on the grind. I seen him in commercials and all kinds.
And to be honest with you, to be fair, you take away Get Rich or Die Trying, I think Ja Rule may have had a better music career than 50 Cent.
I agree. Well,
no, but you can't take stuff away.
I got to think about features. I got to think about.
No, the reason I got to say that,
and mixtapes,
because in other words, his whole thing is based on Get Rich or Die Trying. That's the classic Dr. Dre album that he did. That's a classic album. Outside of that, he's gone down every single album.
Yeah,
and I know he set the bar high, but he's never considered a great MC.
Yeah, the thing is, Kelvin, I don't think
anybody.
Yeah, I don't think anybody would think that you could top Get Rich or Die Trying. I think the anticipation for that album was tremendous. You know what I mean? The guy sold mixtapes. Everybody was waiting for him to come out. I think the only closest anticipated album was like Snoop Dogg's album too. But Get Rich or Die Trying. You got to give 50 Cent a lot of credit for that.
No question. No question.
Yeah, it was a banger.
Question. But to me, that's it. To me, that's the catalog.
Yeah. So, but there's another thing though. I think verses helped out a lot of rappers that we didn't see no more, like Cameron. Cameron, his internet following got bigger. People want to go see Dipset in concert. I think.
It's definitely a win. It's a win.
Him losing, he made a lot of fun of himself. It seems like Cameron has grown up a little bit. And
it's bringing hip hop back. It's bringing at least lyricism back. At least some people that can see it now, that you actually can get up there and have lyrics and without just a bunch of singing and hooks. I mean,
the Locks are touring again. You know what I'm saying? As a result of that verse, they're on fire.
With Dipset and with State Property.
Yeah, but I wouldn't want to see State Property.
How coming to show late? Coming late. Like they say, show started 7. Me and Rob rolling at like 8:30. All that shenanigans shit could go away. I don't see nothing.
And Ashanti was good to see her too. She's doing well.
Oh, Ashanti got better with age. We got to do a show on the artists that got better with age. Because I thought Rihanna had the alien head.
That is
word. That's what Fat Joe said. That's the best quote of 2021. Yesterday's price is not today's price. That's the best quote. Ja Rule had some that thing when he did the party on the island. He was doing some crazy wild shit, but now he's back. People love Ja Rule.
That hurt him too. Ja Rule? All he does what he does. That's it. That's what he does. every thug be lady. I be like that.
Nah, actually, that's one of my favorite joints he's ever done.
That's his thing.
Yeah.
But this was a good show tonight, brothers, man. I love you guys, man. Please, people, follow, like us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Kelvin, get home, get some rest. Rodney, you got too much rest. Share Kelvin some rest. Give Kelvin some rest. Hours of rest and shit like that, man. But I love you, brothers, man. Peace, and peace.